Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning in Santiago, Chile, and good afternoon, I guess, in Gothenburg, where we have my guest today, Julia Stokes. It's an honor and a pleasure to have the chance to talk to you after having been, after discovering you on through the social networks. You've been doing a good job. When you say hello, I am Julia. Oh, who's this? I said, and then you mentioned Kate Bush, which among other artists that I've always admired. So I said, if she's like in the Kate Bush vein, I should explore this lady. So welcome and glad to be here talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. Gracias.
Yeah, very good.
Encantada.
Oh, wow, you amaze me. Yeah. So how did you learn that Spanish? Well,
Um, just that Spanish, I think it was Google.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, but not
You're
gracias. I mean,
gracias. Yeah,
not
yeah.
not from Google.
Not from
You just
Google.
know gracias. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very common. Yeah. So gracias. Thank you for being here, Julia Stokes. I was checking because I don't know them by heart. That some very typical bands in Chile, I mean from Sweden, Europe, of course, Opeth, the Cardigans, the Flower Kings in the progressive area. I don't know if this is the right pronunciation, but Samla Mamas Manas, who is an excellent band, really, really special, a very special folk rock fusion. Yeah, I think they are from the 70s, so maybe you must check them. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
sometimes it happens that you don't know bands that are from your land, and the other way
Exactly.
around. Do you know any Chilean bands? Any Chilean? Well, you must know a few of them, like the most typical ones in folk: Victor Jara, Violeta Parra. Those are the biggest names. But yeah, I'm going to send you a few links then. So good to be here then. I think that you might recognize this message. By the way, you live in Göteborg, which is Gothenburg. Yeah. And I think that this is the second biggest city in Sweden. And
Yeah.
there are many universities there. Yeah. What else is
See,
typical from your land, Julia?
from my
Seafood?
yeah, you
No?
would have guessed, but actually not very much.
No.
But what's special? It's cold.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's cold, but it's winter time now, so it's cold and not at this moment, but it's quite dark. It gets dark early, but now it's getting lighter
Uh,
again.
It's like 3 p.m.
Uh,
there, right? 3 p.m.
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's already dark. Oh,
No, it's no. You see the sun, but it will get
in
dark in
general,
a
yeah.
couple of hours. But I
Okay,
mean, in December we have
yeah.
it gets dark at maybe 3. Yeah, this time.
Okay, okay.
So
Interesting.
it's really up in the north,
Okay.
near the
Um,
polar circle.
yeah, interesting. Well, I wish I could visit these lands. Some very popular guy from Chile. Maybe you heard from him. He's been well. He made some news long ago. The famous DJ Mendes, who used to live in Sweden, and yeah, he's from Valparaiso, Chile. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, he's a typical guy from Chile that has been connected to Holland. There's a little story here that maybe I would like to use to start the conversation. It says here, on a stormy sea where lightnings lit up the sky and the dark waves threatened from the deep blue, Stormryttaren, sorry about that, the Stormrider, calls the crew and disembarks in the present now. I'm here, she says, to be a vessel for the unspoken whisper, she says in one breath, inhales, waits, and asks the sailors, mates, and seafarers to help her make the world a bit more shimmering. I hope you will join her on the journey. Is this familiar? I
yeah.
guess yes. Yeah. So what you do with your music, Julia, is try to make people happier and accompany them with a good moment, which is what I suppose most musicians and artists try to do. Well, not always happy because sometimes I guess artists express just what they need to express. And I understand that you started in jazz, in a jazz band, like jazz from the 1920s. And then you went to, you made a decision to explore or take a step into the more alternative pop area. Would you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. I still sing the jazz music, but when I was a kid, I started to very early started to play the piano, and yeah, it was kind of my happy place.
Yeah.
By the piano, singing, playing, and writing like melodies or songs.
As a child, you were writing songs? You were writing songs as a child? Oh.
Yeah.
And did anybody in your family inspire you to play the piano? Any grandparents? Mother?
Yeah, my grandmother, she was playing the accordion.
Oh.
So, and always when she visited us, she played for us, and she brought so much. She felt so happy.
Yeah.
And she lived in the south of Sweden, so we didn't meet a lot.
Very often.
But when she visited, I came. She has told me I came to her and took her hand, and brought her to the piano so she could play the piano for me. Yeah, music was like a magic place.
And how
it changed? And so I think the piano, when I'm just singing jazz, I'm not playing the piano. And this Stormryttaren music, it's more kind of from the soul, I guess. Music from the soul, where I sit down by the piano and just let everybody, not everybody, but everything that comes up, it just, I let it flow.
Yeah, that's precisely what I have seen on your videos. You feel very free on stage. You tell some jokes, people laughing, so having a good time. And that's what I said a few days ago when we were exchanging messages before this conversation, that you seem to have some humor in your music, and to make people like have a good time. My question is, if piano was to you a very special favorite place as a child, how has your perception of music changed or evolved in time? Now that you've done jazz, you like moving now to the singing, like Tori Amos, Kate Bush, and other people and other singers. How does it still feel your, it feels your favorite place? Do you still play the piano? You do.
Yeah. Well, I have studied music for some years. Not now, but when I was younger.
Okay.
And I think I struggled a bit with keeping this kind of childish curiosity and magic about music, because when you have to
responsibilities,
you get another perspective. It's like you are supposed to I don't know the words, but you're supposed to
not only have fun.
Not only have fun, you are supposed to deliver something. No, not deliver, but it's not just from one heart to another, but it's also about the. I mean, you have to be good in
what you do.
Yeah, and of course you have to be good, but I don't find the English words.
I suppose you mean that, well, there is a lot of competition. There are many people playing the piano and singing, many bands, so you have to really make a difference and become really distinctive. And you have to get better and better every day and get a place, I suppose, in the scene, so to speak.
Yeah, and I
No?
think also in the schools or institution,
Mm-hmm.
the music or art maybe, there's not that much focus on this magic.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
more focus on like this. You
Discipline.
have to. Yeah.
Mm. Yes, I understand. Now, you chose jazz. You could have chosen something else, classical music, for example. I'm sure you have played classical music if you were trained or educated.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
I read that. Yeah, I read that you also
Yeah.
you also play the trombone, not only the piano.
No.
No,
Oh yeah. Okay, it's
you
in the
forgot.
jazz band.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I mean.
it's in the jazz band. It's a very
Occasion.
charming
Mhm.
mini trombone. So
Okay.
this is a secret, but I'm actually singing in it.
Ah,
It looks like a trombone, but I'm singing in it. So
right.
that's the trombone. I'm not playing trombone.
Okay. And what is this Stormrider name? Could you say it for us, for me in Swedish? You say it so
Yeah.
well. I can't. Stormrider.
Stormryttaren.
Okay.
Stormryttaren.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, speaking about storms, what are to you the biggest and most difficult storms, so to speak, that the world is facing these days, and how can art, your art and music in general, push to try and reverse some issues or lower the impact of the problems we have? And there are many. I feel personally, I feel that the world has been getting more and more complicated. So music and art in general is very necessary, but we can't be blind to what's going on. So what is the storm? What are the main storms that you have to fight or write every
Mm.
day as an artist? I suppose as a
Yeah,
mother. Yeah.
I think my biggest storms are
Mm.
just to navigate in the world or in the daily life without losing who I am,
Yeah.
forgetting because we get stuck in our minds,
Hmm.
and I think that creates a lot of problem when we're thinking about the what's happened or about the future instead of being in the present,
Hmm.
because right here and now everything's beautiful, but yeah, but it's really easy to get distracted by by the phone or computer, or you just have to go to the bus stop, or here in
Hmm.
Gothenburg we have trams, so it
Yeah.
is the tram stop, and there's advertising, so yeah, I think that that is what I struggle most with, to stay present
Hmm.
and keep this curiosity and playfulness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me that you have some children. Do they? I mean, two questions in one. Do you think they are into music? I don't know how old they are, but and how about this cell phone? I don't want to say tragedy, but the cell phones are really a problem sometimes. I make a living by teaching English, as you know by now, and it's really difficult to teach a language that is not easy for everyone, it's the contrary. It's rather difficult sometimes, especially if people don't have enough preparation or education from school. But cell phone can be very destructive and very disruptive, I would say. So is it easy to tell your children to not abuse these toys, these technological toys? And yeah.
No, I think just saying not to abuse won't make them do any difference.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, because it's so. There was some guy who called this screens like I don't know the English name, but
Uh-huh.
very small night butterfly, but like
Okay.
butterflies, but very small.
Uh-huh.
And when it's dark, they come up to the lamps and
Uh-huh. The
fly
moths.
around the lamp. Yeah.
The
What did you
moths.
say?
Moths.
Okay. Yeah.
M-O-T-H. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know what? You do not want to know the Spanish?
yeah.
Polilla. P-O-L-I-L-L-A. Polilla.
Polilla.
Those are the sparkling luminous butterflies you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. So he meant that the screens are like the lamp for the kids, but
Yes.
also for adults.
Yeah.
And that we have to help the kids get other lamps because it's so hard. I mean, it's a psychologist who has worked to get the phone as much attracting as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy thing to do for the kids or for us either. But yeah, I mean,
But
our,
I suppose, Julia, that you try to speak a lot, to have a lot of conversation with your kids, which is, I see that kids, and not only kids, as you say, adults are talking less and less and less because they are not getting used to the face-to-face conversations, which can bring up so many different things than from a screen. You know, social networks let people say whatever they want. They can even insult the others, and they make their own truth be on top of the others' truth, etc. Yeah, but
yeah.
I suppose that music. Do you play music for your kids sometimes? Do they like your music?
Both yes and no.
Okay. So what do
Yeah,
they listen
and
to? Dua Lipa?
no,
No.
but they are different. The old son, he's more into yeah, he likes like rock from the 70s.
Excellent.
But
Like what? Like what?
yeah,
For example?
the Doors,
Okay.
Beatles,
Good.
yeah, Led Zeppelin, like that. But our youngest son, he's more into like the commercial pop
Okay.
music. But and I think, yeah, we're the worst parents in one perspective because he has not got a smartphone because yeah, we're because we don't think it would be good for him.
How old is
On
he?
the other, he's 11, and in Sweden, 11 years old pupils have got a phone, so he's quite alone in not having a phone. So it's it's a very difficult choice because either way it gets wrong.
But phones,
Yeah,
the cell
but
phones are not. Yeah.
yeah, but we have chose to not letting him have a phone yet. Because he would be so into it, and it would be very hard for him to stop using it. Yeah, we would have had very many fights about the phone,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
or he would lose it after one day. You never know.
And I think that not several, but a few countries in Europe are not allowing kids to go to school with phones, and that may sound too extreme or too rigid or narrow-minded, but I think it's difficult to apply like soft measures. Either you do it or you don't do it. So I think you're doing the right thing, in my opinion. Not yet. Eventually, one day, if he behaves well. Well, yeah. And does he like music too? The little
Yeah,
one?
yeah, he plays the flute, so like
Oh,
this.
wow.
Yeah,
But what does he like? Classical music, rock as well, pop, jazz,
more pop.
more pop.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but also yeah, some alternative pop too, actually. And he likes playing like video games or computer games,
Yeah.
Minecraft, for example. And and the, I've noticed they have really some good music in Minecraft.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed actually.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we have listened to some of the music from that game, and yeah, I think it's great that he listens to it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is in fact very interesting music. There's a guy in America whose artistic name is Electron Odyssey, and he has his own records, but he also has made the music for several video games, and it's really amazing. Very well. I'm a very big fan of electronic music, like Klaus Schulze, Tangerine Dream, and all that stuff. So, Julie,
Yeah.
if we move on to our conversation about youth, um, checking some of the videos, I've seen that you play sometimes solo. I mean, that's what you're trying to do now. Not necessarily, but you play with Anton Stokes and Rasmus Olander are related to your career or have
Yeah,
been?
yeah. We have made a like art project together.
Okay,
It was like in oh, what's the name of that? When you give birth to kids, there's like a nurse, but not nurse.
okay.
Do you know the name? Do
Delivery,
you know what I'm?
delivery.
Yeah, often a woman who helps out on the hospital.
Okay. When she leaves the hospital.
No, I mean she works at the hospital.
Okay.
I don't remember the name in English.
Never mind.
Yeah, but you know the 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 ones who's helping women give birth to their kids at
Ah,
hospitals.
I can give you the Spanish for that.
Yeah.
It's matrona, matron. Yeah,
Okay.
matron. Matron in English, and it's matrona in Spanish. Yeah, the
Okay.
woman who helps the ladies deliver the kids. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So we got an interview with this woman, and we're supposed to make music with it. And Rasmus, he's also a film editor and has made a lot of documentaries. So we used her voice, this what was the name?
Matron, matron.
Matron. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We used her voice from the interview, and also yeah, made music of it.
Okay.
It's on Spotify, but it's
Oh,
yeah. So it's a very strange song, but it's more like an art project.
I understand. I understand. Now, I read the first thing I read about you when I saw your short on Instagram, I think it is. There were statements like Freddie Mercury meets Saint Bridget, which is, you told me that it's
Santa
like an
Bri
Santa Brigida, Brigida,
yeah,
yeah,
Birgitta in Swedish,
Birgitta,
Birgitta.
exactly, Birgitta. Yeah, you see, you have Oh, this is how. Birgit.
Birgitta.
No. Birgitta. You have this
Birgitta. Yeah.
expanded vowels, which is very special. Okay, that's my observation from my own point of view. So there's also a description of your music, your current day music, dreamy art pop from Sweden, and there are some hints of Debussy, Claude Debussy, Aurora, Florence and the Machine, Kate Bush. And when I read Kate Bush, I was checking your music, Julia, on a SoundCloud, and I found a very nice song that is Lions in the Sea. I don't know if it's new, but then I understood why you were mentioning Kate Bush. Have you been checking her work for a long time? When did you discover Kate Bush and how?
Oh no, actually, it's more like people from the audience has come up to me after the concert and said, "Oh, you remind me of Kate Bush."
Okay.
So I haven't really listened a lot to her before.
Okay.
But when I listen to her now, I can see, like in the voice, there's some similarities. Yeah, and maybe also I feel that she's quite like arty.
It is,
How do you say?
she's absolutely, more artistic, because she's been, I think she started miming, and she's more in the theatrical, way of music, and she became, I think, many young kids, in fact, discovered Kate Bush not long ago with Stranger Things
I heard
TV
that.
series, and in fact, the song "Running Up That Hill" comes from a very interesting album, which B-side, talking about the vinyl record, the second part is like a concept, and there are witches and things like she's very special. She really has an inner world that is very interesting. So that's what I think Lions in the Sea reminded me of her, but I see that you have taken a step more into more sparkling, more cheering tempos, more animated music, and you were going to tell me how and why did you make the decision to explore this more alternative side of music and maybe leave your jazz project rest for a while, because I'm sure you haven't stopped, you haven't quit the jazz or won't.
Oh.
Okay.
I was trying to say something about that earlier, but I think I got on another track.
Yeah.
But I think it's when I'm sitting at the piano and let my fingers just play and sing. I get into a special state where there's flow, and sometimes I really get like bliss moments where everything feels beautiful.
And, luminous.
So I thought I should play this for people too, not only in my chamber. Chamber.
That's right.
And and also I think I'm not sure, but I think it's like how do you say it, calling? To because I want to give the world, if I can, give the world more beauty and magic, because I think the world needs it.
Yes.
I
understand.
And the jazz music, jazz music is beauty too, but there's more. it's not this.
I think I understand what
It's
you were.
not the magical at the
Yes,
same.
I think that I understand what you're trying to say. I think that maybe this singing at the piano by yourself and enjoying these luminous, sparkling, beautiful moments allows you to have more introspection. It's a complicated term. Psychologist friends would tell me, don't use that word. Introspection is very special,
Yeah,
but it's like you flow in your own, I don't know, joy of being alive. And yeah, jazz could be more, not more technical, but I think that just singing, allows you to express yourself more intimately, in a more intimate way,
yeah.
because jazz happens more in a band. And this other format is like you at the piano for now. Maybe you're going to have a band.
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
I,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I got on a site, insight.
Yeah,
Like the jazz band, it's more like a party. It's
exactly,
fun. We play a lot.
exactly.
Like it's playful and it's a very good atmosphere with the audience and so on. But the Stormryttaren, it's more like a ritual.
Yeah,
I feel, yeah.
yeah. And are you doing this, Julia, to make the world happy? Do you expect to become, I wouldn't say famous, but I don't know, how's the scene in this music that you're trying to make now or making now in Sweden? Is it difficult to enter the scene? Are there many other similar uh, artists or bands doing this? Do you expect to really become a big star? I don't think it's, or I don't know.
Uh,
It's a strange question, I know, but I don't know.
I don't expect it. I mean, no, I think it's quite, at least in Sweden, it's quite alternative. And this, like, as I said, like a ritual. We're quite like technical people in Sweden. Not so
Okay.
much, not so much about.
Emotional, not so
Yeah,
emotional.
we can be emotional,
Okay.
but not, but we don't speak about like
Personal things?
the things the things that is not tangible.
Okay. Okay.
Like
Practical. You're
yeah,
practical
we're more
people.
material here.
Yeah.
It's about jobs and money and
Okay.
yeah.
I understand. Okay.
So and of course there's everybody is not like that, but I think we have that kind of culture here. That's not so much interested in the life beyond the material.
I understand. By the way, before we forget, the name of the jazz, it's a swing jazz band. The name is Tarturo. Is that right? Tarturo?
See,
What is that, Tarturo?
Tarturo, it's just a name.
Really?
Yeah, swing Tarturo.
Oh, how do you come up with those names? That's funny. Never mind. It's just a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then a little thought on this. Do you think Freddie Mercury was really unique? Is really unique in the very big rock scene? Why do you think he made a difference? And everybody's crazy. Well, obviously, since he regrettably passed, and I think there was the movie about Queen or Freddie Mercury. Same happened with David Bowie. That I feel when he died. I mean, in Chile, unluckily, there were just a bunch of songs that have been played on the radio, FM radio here. But then David Bowie appeared in publicity on TV with all songs that they were never played on the radio. So, what made Freddie Mercury so special? Well, he was a big talent, no doubt. Um, I don't know if you were a Queen fan or how do you interpret his relevance in music these days?
Difficult to answer for the whole world, but for me,
Yes.
for me, he came with a lot of playfulness and yeah, I guess bravery. He was bold in his playfulness. So I think he was very, like on the stage at least, I think he was very down to earth, here and now, and just, he just played through life on the stage. I don't know how it was like behind. If you have seen the movie, it didn't look very, very great, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he was mainly spontaneous, very honest to himself and the people. And I think that honesty is part of the miracle. I mean, there are so many people that go around trying to project images that they are not really. So I think Freddie Mercury was really authentic and very powerful, and he was dynamite on stage. So not only his voice, his attitude, his conviction. Yeah, that's what I think. Now I'm going to share with you, Julia, an image that maybe is, I mean, I'm sure it's going to help you develop an idea, because I found out about this concert for Gaza. So I found out that you're involved in these aspects that are difficult in life these days, and they have always been. So could you expand a little bit on this?
Yeah, we have, I don't know what that is, but
this is a new concert.
Okay.
For February 15, just 3 days ago.
Okay, I wasn't in that, but
no, but it's the same.
That one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What to say? I think it's terrible. What has happened and what's happening, and I think it's terrible that the world doesn't help out and say stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a politician, and I don't have the solutions, but I think it's terrible to just let people die in that way. So yeah, I use my voice to send love their way, and also to I mean, people who want to help them and who want to
make a change
in Gothenburg. Yeah, to make a change. In Gothenburg, we have had demonstrations every Sunday for different reasons. But for example, to tell our government to say no, but because we feel they haven't. Yeah, I guess this is the concert was. I think it's also it feels good to unite in this. I mean, it hurts. It hurts to see violence and that this evil. So I think we need to unite. This concert was in a beautiful church, and there was a very warm and beautiful atmosphere in the church. So, and that's also important, to unite in that and give each other love through our I mean, it feels a bit stupid to say for our fights because we have peace in Sweden, but yeah, it's difficult when you feel you can't do anything.
Hmm. Hmm. And there might be something wrong. I mean, obviously there is something wrong when whoever had the idea of creating this human being, because we have so many failures. We are like indifferent in many ways, as you say, and there's so much cruelty with animals. I love animals. They have so much to teach us, elderly people, and it's 2025. I wonder how come we still have wars in 2025. We have never learned anything from the past, have we? So it's a complicated situation. As you say, it's difficult to be able to do something. Do you ever sing in these demonstrations you have every Sunday? Have you ever had the idea? Or no?
No, I haven't.
You have to take your
I've been
guitar there, your piano, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not so good at the guitar, but
Oh, a piano then.
yeah, I have thought about I have a small like electrical piano that can be run on batteries.
Yes.
So I've been thinking about like doing a Stormryttaren with a small piano too. It would
Yeah.
I would need some practice to get the songs on this small thing because yeah, it will be different. But yeah, to be able to participate more easily
And more directly. And nobody is expecting perfection, Julia. I think it's more making a statement on what you really feel, and you would feel really happy. I think maybe you would consider making a song for Gaza. No, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't made a song for Gaza. I have made a song that's more generally for you know, people who lives in wars or have to immigrate. But I haven't done a song especially for Gaza. No. Maybe I will.
Yeah. Well, we are having serious problems of immigration here in Chile. I read about the Agape Göteborg organization for immigrants. I think that you have been involved or you care about this. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I'm not sure what to say about that, but
you participated in some activity or were concerned about these activities of helping?
Yeah, I participated in it was like an evening with Agape and some musicians, and yeah, it yeah, I'm thinking about what I actually want to say. Because I think people who leave their homes, they don't leave their homes because like they want to, because they have to. And it's really difficult if we don't help them out. And we have it's hard to speak in English about this, like asylum or what do so not everyone gets to stay, and some of them stays anyway, but they're not allowed actually to stay, so they kind of hide. I'm not sure if you have that too in Chile. But I think this whole the whole thing about countries and borders, like this is it's very strange. I mean, it's only the human beings that that think that way about the world, and this is ours because okay, animals have their
territories,
territories, but that it's so strange that we decide who can stay or not, and that we decide who needs to stay and not. Very difficult. I think this is difficult, and then we don't take care of the people who are coming either, because everyone has to move to a special we have special in the cities, more outside the cities. We have a lot of immigrants, and so in the schools, many pupils in the schools are not very good in Swedish, so they don't get. I mean, they don't get the same
attention.
But also
support.
I mean, it's harder for them from the beginning. So their life will be. It will be harder to get a proper job or in that way, and
Even, Julia, I suppose that when you leave your home, obviously, as you say, not because you want to, because you have to, it's like a last minute decision is something better than nothing. So language, when they make the decision, maybe they don't consider that big barrier. It's a big barrier not to be able to communicate and get a good job and show that you can be good at doing something. In Chile, let me tell you that the problem we've been having in some way here is that we've received many immigrants who have no papers, no legal registration. And what's more, we've been getting some people, unluckily, that have legal issues pending in their countries. So, and we have a long frontier because, Chile is a long, thin country, and it's very difficult to keep control of every place. And as you say, it's ridiculous that we decide that the land is divided into lines or squares, and we say you can not enter this place. I understand that. But when you have people, we have to say not everyone is a good people. There are people with bad intention. There is some crime degree in some of the immigrants, unluckily. And so I don't think it's the case with what you're saying, that in general, people have the right to have a decent life and an okay life when they go for countries to asking for help. And if they don't have the right language, I understand it must be difficult for them. Now, if we move on to other topic, Julia, has it been a coincidence? Sorry, you want to say something else about what we were talking? Maybe I'm cutting up the subject. No?
No.
Okay. Has it been a coincidence that you have played with musicians who are at the same time actors? I was surprised that you once played in your jazz band with this man. I forgot his name. You might help me here.
Thomas von Bremsen.
Yeah, I remember him. The last time I saw him was in this beautiful movie, All Things Fair, by Bo Widerberg, and the role he plays in that movie is particularly moving. It's incredible, really, and he's been on many other Ingmar Bergman movies that now you know that I'm a big fan of him, and Bergman is really important in art houses, in art movie houses in Chile. He's always been important here, and you play with this man who's also an accordionist, Bernd Andersson, I guess. So how come you've been playing with two actors? Is it a coincidence?
Yeah, Bernt Andersson. I think I don't think he's an actor. He's a musician, but maybe he has participated in
Yes.
some performances, theater performances. Yeah. Mm, yeah, maybe
I
it's
Googled him.
coincidences.
Yes.
But I mean, I have
Uh-huh.
also you talked about Kate Bush before, and that she had done something with mime.
Yes. Yes. I mean, she studied mime
She
with a
studied mime. Okay.
yeah with, and you also have something to do with mime. Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I work with an actor, a mime actor, who's making her. Yeah, she has her own theater, mime theater, and I'm writing the music for her performances,
Okay.
and it's a very. Yeah, I really like the art form. I think it's there's so much magic in that art too, and it's a special thing to write music to this to her performances, because it's almost like dance, and so the music gets to be like the other actor,
Exactly.
like another actor in the performance.
Yeah.
Because maybe something happens in the music, and she so she goes and do something on the stage. So both the music and her as an actor make the play go forth.
Yeah.
How do you? Yeah.
Yeah. Move on. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
move
think
on.
the same happens. Sorry, with movies. I myself, I'm a big movie fan, collector, and I've been all the time playing movie scores on my radio specials. So I think music is, like you say, the actor, an actor that makes commentaries about what's going on and emphasizes and makes people pay attention to this or that. So it's quite interesting. I was going to mention, Julia, that Lindsay Kemp is the famous mime that Kate Bush had lessons with. Like Lindsay Kemp.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you haven't, I suggest, I recommend you check. He's the only full show that was filmed back in 1979, which is amazing. And you will realize that not only her music is really special, and but also she has a ballet corps, a group of dancers, and she's all the time mimicking situations, most of the songs. So you will probably be amazed if you haven't checked that performance. Now,
Yeah. Can I? Yeah.
of course,
I thought about what we spoke of before. Can I go back just
do
for a
whatever
short while?
please. This is your stage. The stage is yours.
Yeah. About immigrants.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that we have different opportunities, or different. It's more or less difficult because of where you are from. I think one have to be like
Generous.
generous, and also meet that or see that with an open heart, and see that even if there is like it seems like someone's bad or something, maybe that person hasn't got the opportunity to be
to take the
be
right way.
good, be nice. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think we always have to open our hearts more.
Sure. But the thing is, Julia, that sometimes, I mean, we don't have an impression that they are doing bad things. I tell you from the bottom of my heart, and I share many of the perceptions you have about giving opportunities to people, that they have been doing bad things. And I'm not sure how you can take them back or to a state or moment where you cannot sit down and suggest things to these people. Sometimes their minds are so set on how to get things easily or the wrong way, and they won't be willing to go back. But it's a long conversation, Julie. I think it's complicated. But I understand this opening your heart is good in every single situation in life. Yeah, I wish we could. Yeah, I wish we had time and the opportunity to make these people understand that they should do things in a better way so they get the best possible help they can. Yeah. Now, I'm sure, Julia, some humanitarian situations like the ones we're talking about, immigration and all that, that sometimes, I mean, always or maybe always affect your music, or maybe in some moment it will affect your music. So maybe you can write a couple of songs about what you feel, because I think, and I hear that you have lots of things to say about these issues. And if you don't speak through your songs about these issues, you might be, disregarding an opportunity. Sorry, I might maybe sound patronizing. It's not my intention. I only I only know that artists like you have a bigger chance than sometimes people like myself. Well, I'm a teacher. I also have the chance to try to make people aware of some things. But you also have a big chance to write music about what you think should be done in many different situations and aspects that are wrong. Yeah. Do you think your music could or will maybe take a few steps in that direction? Not necessarily.
I think it has. It already has. I mean, not every songs, but some of my songs is based on that.
Okay.
And also in the jazz band.
Wow.
But it's in Swedish in the jazz band.
Yeah, this is another topic. This could be an issue. If you wanted to reach more people, I think Swedish only would be a limitation. I mean, it's true, but you probably feel much better writing songs and singing in Swedish. But I was also going to mention, I'm not sure if there is an album, you're preparing an album, because I've seen that there are a few videos in your website that we are going to say to tell people how to find you on the web. Are you preparing an album? Do you have albums with the jazz band, by the way? And are you preparing an album, a solo album or something? Are you going to make a band? Oh, too many questions in one. Sorry.
Yeah, very many questions. Yeah. Yeah, I'm preparing an album. I have recorded many songs, so it's more like the administration things to work with. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about the record companies? I mean, well, these days many people make independent records. They sometimes don't even have physical records. That's another topic of conversation. Vinyl is back. People are loving vinyl. Young people are buying vinyl. Well, some of them. And
I can see you like vinyl too.
Oh yes. Oh, you caught me. Yeah. Well, I'm an old guy. You see, I was born with watching the record spin, and that is fascinating to me. All the logos of the. But these days, many people sell their music and share their music on Bandcamp, for example, and they only have the digital record. What is your plan? How important? I know it must be difficult to make a physical record, but what is your plan? And when can we expect the album to come out?
Yeah. I haven't actually decided yet about if it's going to be physical or not.
Okay.
But of course, vinyl would be really nice.
Yeah.
And the album, I'm not sure when the album will come, but there will be some singles first.
Okay.
And then and then the album. But I'm hoping I will get it out this year. But I'm not sure which, as you said, about the record label, or if I'm gonna do it
Independent?
independent. Yeah.
Yeah. And sorry, I lost my track. If the record comes out, are you doing all this by yourself? Because it must be difficult to make music, record it, and take care of the administration, as you say. Being independent must be difficult as an artist.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, because you're also a mom, and you have other things to do, and that makes it even more complicated. So, and what about the singles? How many singles do you think are necessary to go first? Now you have the visual aspect. You can make videos, which is very interesting and attractive, especially to the younger generations. What's more, I think that the younger people these days can get bored after 10 minutes. So I'm not sure if they're going to watch this interview, your children, but
no,
yeah.
only the Ingmar Bergman fans.
yeah, because Fanny Alexander lasts for 5 hours on TV. My God, yeah, that's the longest, the complete version. So yeah, do you think singles are important then? And luckily, you have the social networks to promote your music. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have, how many? Is there an official? I have only seen this clip where you're wearing a sort of red scarf on your head. It's very short. It's like a little snippet of a song. Is it? It's not a full song.
I don't know which one you've seen.
It's on your website. It's on your website. It's a slow song.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think I know which song it is, but I have like one clip that's quite short and just a part of it.
Okay.
And one clip that's the whole, but the song is quite short actually, maybe 2 minutes or something.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought it was a clip, a short clip. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, and now, what brings you? This is more personal, but in the end, we've been talking about this before. What brings you happiness, Julia? Or what makes you really angry, scared, or frustrated? You can choose any of those, or mention a couple. You seem to be a happy person, optimistic.
Yeah, I have both sides, of course. But happy, I think, yeah, of course, music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the thing I've talked about before, when you're not when you're, but when I'm, but maybe when you are too, but when I'm like really present, here and now. For example, I have visited this mime actor I talked about before. She lives on an island like 4 or 5 hours from here. So I was going home and had just stepped into the train for Gothenburg, and I was sitting down in my chair, looking out the window, and there I saw just like a bee just outside the window, hovering, and it was like, it's like time stops uh, and it was just the bee and me. uh, I think that when you're able to enjoy that the moment, like the small parts in life. Okay, so that gives me I feel happy about those moments. And angry, I mean, I have kids, so of course I get angry sometimes, and I think it's a very interesting question. What is it that makes you angry?
Well,
I mean,
maybe,
really, what is it? I think it's more difficult than one can guess. But I think it's because of maybe fear. It doesn't feel like that in the moment, but I guess. I mean, if I say something, if I ask my kid to do something, help out in the kitchen or something like that, and he just ignores me, that can like trigger something in me.
I'm negative.
But yeah, but I mean, why would I be angry about that? Actually.
But then you can go to the piano.
Something, and then I can go to the piano and get
make the angry
again.
kitchen song. The angry kitchen song.
Yeah, a good idea. Very good idea. No, I mean, I get angry and I practice often to stop and like back off and breathe.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
So, or if I don't, I mean, sometimes the mind just runs.
Yes.
So, and then you have to like then I have to wake myself up again. So, okay, maybe that's not that important actually.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you know, parents are all the time setting patterns, behavioral patterns on kids, and maybe they're going to be angry men when they are adults, like their mom was, and that is not good.
Yeah, and that's also a very interesting thing. I mean, I think we inherit in.
Yeah, you give them an inheritance. Yeah, you inherit.
And from our parents, and they have got it from their parents, and so on.
Yeah, it's similar to the immigrant thing, Julia, because how can you correct or make a pattern better? Sorry, a behavioral pattern, how can you make it better and make them understand, not to force them to act this way or that way, but they understand that it's important to help their mom in the kitchen because they are doing something that is good for the rest of the home. So, building up those simple trains of thought, I guess, is good. When you have children. Now, why? A couple of more questions, Julie, before I let you take care of your family. Why this name Stormrider and not Julia Stokes? Maybe it's a simple question, but maybe not so bad one.
It was many years ago, so I have to remember. But I think Stormrider feels more
interesting.
Maybe not interesting, but it feels more. I get more happy about it. It feels like I think maybe I want to, as I said before, I want to bring the world some more beauty and magic, but also like this childish playfulness. do not take life that serious.
Okay.
And I think everybody uses their name. Not everybody, but almost everybody uses their name as an artist. And I thought that like Stormryttaren is more, it's more exciting than my name. And it's not important. Julia Stokes is not important, but Stormryttaren says something.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and it's also this playful drama.
Yeah.
Dramatic word. So, and not only dramatic, but there's also, there's a message in the name too about riding the storm, as we all are. Storms in life that come and go.
Sure.
Yeah.
So where can people check your work, Julia? Can you mention a few links or places about? Do you have a website? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is called, like the name of
Stormryttaren.com.
Okay.
And also on Facebook and Instagram.
YouTube too?
YouTube too, yeah.
And now I will have this interview on my YouTube channel. So I don't know if you've done many interviews since you started maybe playing jazz music, but maybe in this other new project. Have you done interviews for, I'm sure not for Latin America, maybe not?
No. We haven't talked about that, but actually, I have always felt a very strong connection to Latin America from when I was a child. I guess because we have a lot of in Gothenburg. We have quite many from Chile.
Yeah.
Who came here in the 70s or 80s.
Yes,
yeah. So my father had some friends from Uruguay and Chile.
Yeah.
I think they made a good impression on me.
That's where the gracias came from then.
Gracias, sí.
Yeah.
Yes. But also later in life, the last place we were living, our neighbor was from Chile also, indigenous from Chile, and very interesting man, and also like musicians here and so on, and I've always felt this strong connection. I think that you have something. I'm not sure. There's something relaxed.
Yeah.
And kind of direct and easy, maybe.
Yeah. You were saying that people in Sweden are like very technically minded, and they care about the here and now, as you do, which is good. But they don't go further in emotions or talking too much about the personal things. Maybe we are like, I think it happens in Latin America, but I think in Chile, we are more like, as we say in Spanish, buenos para el deseo, which is good for partying. And we are cheerful people, most of us, and we can make jokes of very stupid but funny things, and very easily. Myself, I can take situations that are not that easy in a more relaxed way, trying to make them more like easy to face. And I think we are like in general friendly, caring people when we have guests or tourists. Something that is common in tourists that visit us is that Chileans are very kind to them and very helpful, etc., etc. So I hope that you one day make it to South America and specifically to Chile, maybe with,
Yeah,
I don't know, yeah, with your
I hope
kids.
to.
Uh-huh. So, well, I will be waiting for some more songs. How many songs are ready already? I mean, that you can hear on the web? Only this one,
Uh,
the 2 minute song?
right now, you mean?
Yes, right now, yes.
Yeah, on Spotify, there's only this art project, but there's more songs on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, SoundCloud, as you said, but that's quite old recordings.
But yeah, I
But
only,
but YouTube, and also there's some, maybe that's not more like shorter snippets on Instagram and Facebook, but
yeah.
YouTube is there's some songs, longer songs.
But this song I found, Julia, on SoundCloud, Lions in the Sea. When is it from? New song? Old song? Is
Oh,
it
it's an
from?
old song.
It's an old song. And do you have more songs? I think that that's the only one that I saw on SoundCloud. I don't think I saw more songs by you. Are there more songs in SoundCloud? You
I
don't
think
remember?
there's two. Maybe I think there's
Okay.
two songs on
Okay, no
SoundCloud.
problem. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but more on YouTube though.
More on YouTube. Okay, so I wish you good luck in this career, in this new phase of your musical adventure. I will pay more attention to the jazz band. I think that there are some segments from shows. I don't know if you ever recorded something. Like, is there an official album or some show, more full, complete show, video of a show? Or
No,
will it be, maybe you could.
yeah, we have a recording, an album on Spotify, but
But I don't use Spotify. I'm so old.
okay, but no, oh yes, you only use vinyl.
No, please. No, but I'm not a Spotify user. I think digital music is very boring. So
Yeah,
obviously, I have my love for this physical thing where you
yeah,
can,
I agree.
when I was a child, I used to listen to ballet, like Tchaikovsky's one of my idols, and I would read the story of the ballet while I was listening, lying on the floor on a carpet, and the record was spinning, so it was magical. And
Yeah, yeah,
but
and it's
the
art. This is art too, like holding
yeah,
in it
all the
and
graphic
watching
art,
this. Yeah, yeah,
the design, and digital. The good thing about digital for the new generations, I think, is that it gives lots of access to millions and millions of things. But I always ask my students, "Hey, what's your favorite band?" No one says a word because they have no favorites. And
yeah,
in my
yeah, yeah.
days, I did have my favorites, in pop, in progressive rock, etc. So yeah, but I hope to get to see maybe a CD one day. Maybe a CD is much easier to produce than a vinyl record, where you have to put a lot of attention to the pressing quality. There are many bad records these days, even by big bands. It's disappointing. There are some big companies that are issuing or pressing these greatest hits by this and that, and they don't sound anything like the old records, really, to be honest. So yeah. Anyway, wish you good luck, Julia. Thanks for the time, the interest. It's been really interesting, and you are a very kind, funny person to speak to, and very thoughtful, which is what makes these conversations interesting to me. It's not only for the music; is you understand. So
Yeah, thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
how to yeah,
Maybe I should interview you sometime about the like
absolutely.
the linguistic.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, when I had to decide what to study, I really loved music and the sound, but I couldn't study sound because it was out of the city. It was impossible for me, and you had to be very good at mathematics, and I'm not good at mathematics at all. So I said, well, what's next? And I really loved English for the music. I have been listening all my life since I was a child. So I said, English teaching is my alternative now. And that's what I did. And that's how I became a teacher. So I'm glad that I did, because I had the chance to have this conversation with you today.
yeah,
Yeah. So let's keep in touch. And
yeah.
yeah, thanks for the
Thank you
time.
for reaching out.
Yeah, please, on the contrary, thank you for the time. And don't hang up. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to say something to you. Thanks for watching. Gracias por mirar. Gracias, Julia.
Adios.
Bye bye.
Bye.